thanks for joining me today. We're going to go over one of my all-time favorite kettlebell moves, the kettlebell swing. When I'm training, I don't have hours of time to train like many of us don't. So I want the training I do to be effective, to be efficient, and to be fun as well. So you want to enjoy what you are doing, otherwise you're going to lose track, you're going to lose focus over time, and you're going to stop doing it. So for me, the kettlebell swing is super fun, and yeah, I absolutely love it. So I just want to share with you today some technique tips on how to perform this move correctly so you get the most out of it and so you don't injure yourself as well. So quite often, I'm working with people a lot with their movement. Quite often I see this move done incorrectly. So today, hopefully by the end of it, you'll be pretty schmick at your kettlebell swing. To me, this move is, the one thing I think of when I think of it is more bang for your buck. Kind of like the deadlift move, so those big compound moves where you get a lot out of it. It takes a lot of force and a lot of power from the body, uses a lot of energy, which is something that we want if we've only got a little bit of, if we're short on time in our training programs. So I'm going to show you first of all how I do it, and then we're going to break it down. So you need a kettlebell. It can be done with a dumbbell. If you don't have a kettlebell, preferably a kettlebell or a weight plate if it's easy to hold. So you're going to stand directly over it, take a step back, press the butt back, keep the spine long, hands are going to reach out, and then you sort of tip the kettlebell on its, almost on its side, but obviously still holding it. Lock the shoulders back in and down. Now I'm just going to show you first and then we'll go through it. So it's just a few reps of a kettlebell swing. So one thing I see a lot when I'm working with people is they squat the kettlebell swing. So first rule, it is not a squat, it is a hip hinge movement. So with our squat, we would be here. With our hip hinge, we are here. So you can kind of see there's a little less kind of flexion through the knees, a little bit more through the hip, driving back. So a great way to kind of learn how to do this move is if you've got a broom at home, you're going to go find your broom, you can bring this to your back, and you want it connecting to 3 parts along the back side of the body. So the back of the head, right between the shoulder blades, and then the sacrum, so that lower part just between your hip area. So both hands holding on, you're going to bring your feet hip width apart. Now we're going to press the butt back, keep the spine long, and the goal is to keep the broomstick or stick, whatever you've got, just something long, connected to those 3 parts of your back, or those 3 parts along the back side of the body. So feet hip width, stand up nice and tall, make sure that stick or whatever you've got is connected to those 3 parts, and then start to press your butt back. And the spine will stay long. You'll notice the knees just naturally have to bend. So we're not kind of just tipping over like that, keeping the legs straight. Butt presses back and the knees just naturally bend. Draw the belly in. Now from here, you're going to press through your heels. As you come up, squeeze your butt and press the hips all the way through. So we're back in that starting position, standing nice and tall. So just doing that a couple of times, press the butt back. Draw the belly in, so you can sort of like parallel to the floor. Good way to think about it is like one of those drinking bird. I always think of The Simpsons, Homer Simpson and his keyboard, and he's got the drinking bird and he goes off and does something else. I can't remember what it is, but so spine stays long, and this is our hip hinge movement. Another great little exercise to do is to stand against a wall and just stand right up against it, and then just take a step out. Imagine you've got a pair of jeans on and all you want to do is press your butt back to the wall. So just imagine there's a wall behind me, I've taken a little step out, I've pressed my butt back like that, and you're kind of almost in that same kind of position, and that's just a great way to start to train that hip hinge movement. Fundamental movement pattern of the body, really important that we can do it, that we can do it well, and that we can be strong while we do it. And this is a great move to learn. So let's go back to the kettlebell. So start light. You want to be able to, first of all, feel that engagement through the back side of the body, firstly without the weight. So start with a broomstick. You want to feel that glute squeeze, feel the hamstrings lengthen as you go back, and then feel it all engage as you come up. You want to feel it first without the weight. So a lot of people say that they need the weight to feel that resistance. Do it first without it, and then add the weight to it. So a really great way to get into a good position to start to swing. Stand directly over the kettlebell. So if you're looking forward, or even if you just look down, you can't really see it, you're standing directly over it. Take it just a step back, not a kind of, one giant step for mankind. Just take a step back like that, just a normal step. Feet just a little bit wider than your hips. Toes are going to slightly point out. And then imagine, you can even kind of bring your hands just to your pelvis area. Imagine you've got the broomstick on your back. You're going to stand up nice and tall, roll the shoulders back and down, and then pressing the butt back. Keep the spine long. Do this in front of a mirror as well if you need to, just so you can see what's happening in your body first, and then over time you just start to feel it. Hands are going to come out to the kettlebell, and then you kind of tip it back. Now the shoulders lock back in and down. You can see here, still long through the spine, drawing the belly button in, butt pressing back, shoulders locked down. That's going to engage through the lat muscles here. Now when we're doing the swing, we're not actually moving the arms. It's the momentum that moves the arms. The hips are doing all the work, or most of the work. All right, so from here, draw your belly in. Now this is a really strong position, especially as we start to get heavier in the weight, to swing a weight back and then bring it all the way back through. So off we go, so we swing back and then up and through. Now we're just doing the Russian one. So the American version, it comes all the way overhead. Russians obviously a little bit smarter. They swing just to their shoulders. Over here, a little bit silly, especially if kind of not as mobile as some people. So again, find that position. Stand over the kettlebell, take that casual step back, hands to the hips. Then imagine you've got a pair of jeans on, butt goes back. Maybe just start with just doing that movement, whoop, and then over time, increasing that movement. Bend the knees, reach out, grab the weight, shoulders lock back in and down, draw the belly in. Weight comes through, and it becomes like a pendulum. Now, draw the belly in, I know I just said that, but the weight flicks back through, and then we use the hips to drive everything forward. So press down through the heels, squeeze your butt, drive it through, and you're gonna start to get that momentum going, and it's sort of like a hip thrust, and then arms are gonna come along for the ride. That's kind of one way I do explain it. So arms are just along for the ride. Now, a lot of the time as well, I see squats happening, and I see people using a weight, I'll do it, and they're actually using their arms. So I won't do it with this weight I've got there, but I'll come here, do this, and you can see that they're, I don't really do it, using their arms. I think you can see that there, to move the kettlebell. So again, it's all about the hips, shoulders lock back in and down, and the arms are just along for the ride. So my hips here are doing all the work. Like that song in your head, the hips don't lie. The hips don't lie in a kettlebell swing. You can tell when someone's using them properly or when they're not. They're using their arms. Yeah, so super fun, super effective. You'll find that over time, you'll be able to get heavier with the weight, depending on how many you're doing, obviously. So many different ways that you can use this move. You can use it in like a interval type thing, maybe 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Do sets of 20, have a break, another set of 20. But overall, it is going to work your body. You're going to feel it afterwards, and you're going to get a great workout, whether it's just kind of that a few times. I've done a few sessions where I've done just kettlebell swings and maybe push-ups. So you do maybe like an EMOM, do as many as you can for the minute, or 10 in a minute, 10 push-ups, and then swap to the kettlebell swings. And go from there. So lots of different ways you can do it. If you'd like some more tips on how to add this into your workout, please reach out and let me know. Otherwise, have fun and go and swing.